Hey YouTube, this is Dr. Renee Hilliard. So I wanted to come today to talk about this epidemic of love deficiency. So what do I mean by that? We're all walking around, or many of us are walking around, feeling like we're not loved, feeling like there's not enough love for us. And I'm a physician with 20 years experience in sexual medicine, and I also am a sex, love, and relationship coach. And one of the most common issues that my clients deal with is this love deficit. And they wouldn't come in and say, oh, I feel like I have a lack of love, but how does that present itself? So one thing I notice is that there's a background story in our minds about either I'm not good enough, I'll never be good enough, I'm not successful enough, I don't have enough money, um, I don't do enough. So this running around feeling like I have to please others and I'm never doing enough. No matter what I do, it's not enough. The other thing is comparison with other people, comparison on social media. I'm not pretty enough, I don't look like those girls, I'm too big, too old, too something, too short, too tall. My skin's not clear enough. My teeth don't look like that woman's teeth, or that man's abs are better than mine. And what it all boils down to, really, in my opinion, is a feeling of not enough love. So one of the books that I recommend for my clients is The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And in that book, he describes the ways that we like to receive love. So all of us has a different flavor of what we're wanting to receive from others as far as how we see love. And it starts in childhood, it has to do with the way we were shown love as children and what we equated to love. And so we seek that in our partners, from our partners. And the five love languages are, I'm going to be looking over here to my left because I have notes here, but words of affirmation. So that's one way that we like to receive love. So telling the person that you love them or giving them praise. The second one is acts of service. So doing nice things for your partner or for a friend or whomever you're giving love to or wanting to receive love from. The third way is gifts. So, showing love in the form of giving to the other person. Fourth is quality time, spending quality time with a person. And the fifth is physical touch. So all of us has a different combination of which ways we like to receive love the most. And we're walking around through the world looking for love in those flavors from other people. So if somebody says something that's critical to us and we're somebody who likes words of affirmation, then we register that as a lack of love, even though they may be sincerely trying to help us by giving us constructive criticism. If we're somebody who receives love through words of affirmation, any kind of criticism is going to be seen as a lack of love. And what I've come to know for myself, and one thing that I also help my clients with, is understanding that nobody externally can give you all the love that you're seeking. We partner to try to get some of that love from others, but unless you're adding to the equation and giving yourself those five love languages, whichever one registers most for you, then you're never going to feel filled up with love. So, for instance, if you like acts of service as a way of, being shown love, then going around and doing nice things for yourself is key in feeling like you're loved, because you're always with you and you don't have any control over anybody else, only control of yourself. So if you're walking around looking for the world to give you what you need as far as love goes, people are going to fall short. People can't read your mind. They don't know what you're looking for, and their love language may be totally different. So they may be pouring love into you constantly in their own flavor, but if you're looking for physical touch and they're buying you gifts, it's not going to register. And no matter how much you tell them, you know what, I really like gifts and I want you to give me a gift, they can't read your mind exactly what gift you want and when you want it. And, well, I didn't mean gifts only on my birthday. I meant gifts just at random times. And, and it's never enough. It never feels like enough to us. So if gifts are important, give yourself little gifts. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be small little tokens. It can be just a nice pen that you like to write with that writes nicely. Or I buy myself little trinkets or little tiny stuffed animals, my little friends that remind me of special times. I'll buy one when I'm on a vacation somewhere, and then I remember that vacation by, looking at this little frog that I found in some convenience store for 99 cents or something. So just remembering to add those things to your day will help you feel more loved. And just reminding yourself that you are enough. You don't need to seek love outside because you are love. We are, at our core, we are love. And that sounds kind of woo-woo, and that may sound kind of woo-woo to you, but we tend to go through the world looking for proof that we're not loved. And that sounds crazy, but you could have 80 things done for you, that are loving, and then the one thing that doesn't seem loving to you, you will add to your story of, I'm not lovable because this person said this to me. They may have said 80 things that were wonderful, and then the one criticism you'll remember for 10 years. You don't remember everything that a teacher in high school told you that was nice. You remember the one time they said something that was not so nice. So our brains are built to filter out the good and to hold on to the bad. And there's a lot of theories about why that is. If you think about it, during evolution, it was more important that you remember the poisonous tree than the one that had really good fruit, because you wanted to stay safe and, live through harsh times. So our brains are built to let positive experiences slide off, what they call the Teflon Velcro theory, that positive things tend to leave us quickly, whereas negative experiences we hold on to, that Teflon. Let's see. So two of the most important things that I find useful in my own life, and you can take this or leave this, that help me develop a sense of self-love. I always tell people there's this hole in the center of your chest that's exactly the size of self-love, but we go around trying to fill it up with other things. So we may fill it up with, seeking approval from other people, likes on social media, hoping that's finding there's a hole in the center of your chest that's exactly the size of self-love that we go around the world trying to fill up with other things. So it may be sex, it may be money, it may be approval of others, it may be substances, drugs, alcohol, success, status, social media likes, living for others, pleasing others, giving your kids all the things that you never felt you had, looking for the perfect partner, trying to make ourselves look perfect. of the easiest things that you can do to help to fill up that hole is self-care. And there's a lot of buzz about self-care, and self-care really means anything that makes you feel good. Basically it's anything that brings you joy or pleasure in life is self-care. But it can be much, much simpler than what some people imagine it has to be. Right now we're quarantined, can't go out and get our hair and nails done. But self-care doesn't have to be elaborate. So self-care can be 5 long, slow breaths. Completely filling up your lungs and giving yourself that deep, nourishing oxygen that you need. Self-care can look like just maintaining presence for 2 minutes, listening for all the sounds around you, feeling the sunlight on your skin, smelling a flower, taking a sip of tea or sparkling water and just really dropping into the experience. It can be just telling yourself loving words every morning when you wake up. Giving yourself praise in the mirror every morning instead of criticizing yourself. Just if you're a person that really likes physical touch, you can touch yourself. So just giving yourself hugs, stroking your skin, placing your hands on your body. The part of the brain that receives touch does not necessarily know the difference between external touch and self-touch. So you can stroke your own skin, give yourself a scalp massage, foot massage, and it's soothing to your nervous system in the same way that somebody else touching you would be. You can, caress your body. Even just movement can be so soothing to the nervous system. So every day I'll turn on 1 or 2 songs and just dance, to myself. And that dance like nobody's watching, I take that literally. So it's not something I would want to put on YouTube. Maybe I will. We'll see. But today, this is enough for my nervous system. To post this video was very difficult for me because I'm a little bit shy and I don't really like being on camera. But I thought it was important enough to bring this stuff to YouTube during this time where it's very challenging for most of us to be sheltered in place for this long, and there's so much uncertainty. How long is this going to go on? And all the financial stuff and all the health risk of this COVID virus. It's scary to us, and so these practices are even more important. Keeping yourself centered, filling yourself up with that self-love so that you can have the resources to be able to cope with this difficult time. And I'll be coming with more tips over the next days to help people cope with this situation and other topics that come into my mind. I'm kind of a spontaneous person, so whatever I think about that may help with either improving sex lives, improving relationships, helping with developing a stronger sense of self-worth, or loving yourself. That's my jam, so that's what I'm all about. So I'll be back and I'll be sharing more with you. If you like this content, I invite you to like or subscribe to my channel, and you can visit my website at reneehilliard.com to learn more about my sex, love, and relationship coaching. And I'll be developing some classes, some online classes also that I'll share with you as they come out. So I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. I love you.